going to hear that voice, and then just listen to the silence. So listen to the silence of any sounds that you can hear. There could be sounds in the distance. So there could be sounds that are further away from you. Or there might be sounds in the room. Or you might feel the sound of your clothes as they brush against the chair. The brush against the chair, an opportunity to just remind yourself where you are and the actual physical shape that you are held in. So maybe you're leaning back, maybe you're sat on a sofa or in a chair. Just gently feel those points of connection. So move from the sound just gently into those points of connection with the surface beneath you. So think of the heels and possibly the bottom of the feet. And then just gently become aware of the shoulders. Just feel into those. Just feel into that connection with the surface. Doesn't matter if the surface isn't touching, but part of the anatomy. And what I'd like you to do is then just to approach yourself with what the Danish call hygge. So hygge is originally a Norwegian word, but it's very used in Danish culture, and it's probably best explained as approaching yourself with the intention of creating an atmosphere of quality. So just let's come towards our tummy, into that space around the navel, that nurturing space. It is a nurturing space because we were all attached through our navel our umbilicus at one point. And we all receive nutrients, so let's just breathe into our navel, into the expansion of that area. And as the navel falls, let's just feel ourselves relaxing. So navel rising and navel falling. Just rising and falling in whatever your rhythm looks like today. So maybe you're a bit stressed, maybe you've had to, move around mentally quite quickly to be here today. Or maybe you have something to do later. So let's just say to ourselves that that's okay. That time, that moment has been or is to come. And the moment that we want to rest in is this moment. And our thoughts will come along to distract us. And maybe our fears as well. And just every time they do, let's just keep coming back to that navel rising and that navel falling. And as it falls, there is a natural slowing down of the heart rate, a natural cocooning, and of connecting in and just tending to our garden, our thoughts. Knowing that our thoughts can be looked at like that. They can be raked and hoed. And that we can separate ourselves from the thoughts. And that we can also plant thoughts as seeds. And in effect, by existing in that moment, that's what we're doing. We're just watering ourselves. So from that space, let's just move up the chest from the navel to what we call the heart space. And again, if you can tap into the physical heart, you'll hear as you breathe in, the heart rate speeds up. And as you gently relax and exhale, the heart rate slows down slightly. And there is a natural yielding and relaxing. There can also be a struggle sometimes as well, that we sort of forget what we're doing. How do I do this? How do I just relax? And I would say physically, just think about the shoulders, just releasing. They sort of come in to cup the back of the heart as they move down your back. And then just come up to your lips. And let's just imagine a gold, like a Christmas bauble, a gold point of energy just coming in through the lips to the mouth. And just a releasing wherever this gold mist or ball touches. So let's just start with our bottom jaw from the inside, and the teeth, the lower teeth, the tongue, the upper jaw from inside the mouth, and the upper teeth, and then the inside of the left cheek, and the outside of the left cheek, and then the inside of the right cheek, and the outside of the right cheek. And you might find as you pass that gold energy, boil, mist, however you want to relate to it, as it passes out of the mouth, back to the outside, to the top lip and the bottom lip, both lips together. Maybe your lips have parted slightly, and that's fine. And then up to the nose and the left nostril and the right nostril. So both nostrils together and the whole nose, including the very tip of the nose. And just run that energy down the tip of the nose, between the nostrils to the point above the lip, that space that exists between the nose and the lip. And then just down around the circumference of the bottom lip to the chin. And then just see if you can cultivate just a feeling of letting go in that whole chin and jaw area, as if there are two hands, one at the left and one at the right, just cupping your jaw, just allowing any tension to pass out of the body, just out from the jaw. And then you can come up to the eyes, to the left eye and the right eye, the back of the left eye and the back of the right eye. You don't need to think about how it looks, how it is. Just send that gold energy, mist or ball, maybe a torchlight, soft amber torchlight, just to that area, just to give some focus and permission to that area to let go. And the eyelids, the top of the left eyelid, top of the right eyelid, and the bottom left eyelid, and the bottom right eyelid, both those eyes together, just relaxing, just letting go. So maybe you might become aware of some rapid eye movement, and again, that's perfectly natural. Eyes do start to move around and you can feel a little bit out of control, but they don't need to be still. And then if you come up to your eyebrows, that left eyebrow, just imagine that mist or torchlight, gold bauble, just going from inside the nose, just along to the outside of the left eyebrow, and then do the same to the right. Just imagine the whole of the right eyebrow, and then the left eyebrow and the right eyebrow together, and then that space between the eyebrows. That space, and you might imagine a torch, like a lighthouse, like a light going around and shining out that space between the eyebrows, but it also shines out the back. And then the forehead, stretching from left to right, and the left temple and the right temple. Just feeling all that tension in our face, just maybe making ourselves aware of it, or just seeing if we can just time it with that navel falling. Just that sense of letting go. And then the left ear and the right ear and the back of our head and the very top of our head. And then from the top of our head, let's just see if we can make contact with the middle of our head. So strangely enough, I always like to think of like a beach and sea, like a beach scene in the center of my head. Just imagining it. I can't really see it. There isn't one in the middle of my head. There's just like a happy place for me. One of that hygge, that warmth, and just a sense of like a hug from the inside. And that just takes me to my beach, which is a happy place. So I'll spend a few more moments there. You could spend a few more moments wherever you are, just appreciating what you can see. And then you can start to tune into any other sensations that you're feeling within the body. Just noticing how the body is feeling at the end of a mindfulness practice. Just noticing if you feel any calmer, or if it's just highlighted to you an area that you need to pay attention to. And then just coming back to the points of contact with the surface beneath you, so the actual physical shoulders and the heels, and then taking yourself from the actual physicality of your body to any noises that are in the room or coming in from the outside. And then back to the body, and then back to the noises, just beginning to tune in to the outside atmosphere. So the outside environment, the environment that's outside of the body, and just finding yourself by bringing some gentle movement into the extremities. So that might be your shoulders, or just a very gentle turn of your neck, or just some contraction in the fingers, or just some wiggling of the fingers, and that being replicated also in the feet. So maybe just some contractions of the feet. And then deepening the breath. It doesn't have to be a deep breath, just a deepening for you. And then just coming to the eyes open with that downward gaze. And and then just coming back into the room, just gently, and when you feel able to do so. So I'm just going to stop the recording, so you're just going to hear louder noise, so just preparing you for that.